spiritual practices. After my spiritual awakening, I would wake up in the morning and I would literally walk out of the house and it was still dark outside. And this was the summer. This was my summer of yes. My summer of yes. And I'm going to tell y'all about my summer of yes in another video. But I started to have spiritual practices that I would do every single day. And now I will stress, this was before I got a job, okay? So I'll let you know what I started doing once I got the job, okay? So what I would do is I would wake up super early in the morning. And I noticed like when I would walk out of the house and it was still dark, it would be maybe like 4 something in the morning, 5 something, depending on, it would be like 4 something in the morning. So I would grab my yoga mat. I'd grab my little singing bowl. I was new, right? I'm new to all the spiritual stuff. So I got this little singing bowl and I would go out with all my little crystals and I would go outside in this little area that my mama had. It was like this little cubbyhole space that she used to have under her carport. And I would go in that little area, roll out my mat, and have my phone and all of my spiritual things. And I had either sage or Palo Santo, and I would burn it and do the stuff. I would, and then I would just sit in complete silence. Just sit. And I would sit and I would wait for the sun to come up. And I would just breathe. And every so often I peek because it's still dark outside and we need to make sure nobody ain't watching us. And it was so cool because at that time of the morning, it would be so quiet. And then at some point in time, like as the sun would come up, you would hear the birds start chirping. And it was just so beautiful. It was like clockwork every morning. And it was the same bird. And it was cool because it would sing this same little tune. It's like I still hear it. Even in the morning when I wake up, it's like I still hear it, that do, 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 do. Like he was the alarm clock or something. It was adorable. But anyway, once the sun would come up, I would do grounding. I would go and walk in the yard, unless it was crazy weather or something, but I would go walk in the yard. I would walk in the grass barefoot. I did yoga. I was exercising too. So the mornings that I didn't do yoga, I would go walk around the park. And mind you, this is during COVID, okay? So I would go walk around the park and just movement, right? Just moving. I would do my meditation. Before I would do anything, I would do my meditation. I had the same thing, kind of like what I do now. I do meditation. I would talk to God, and then I would journal every single morning. That's what I did. Sometimes it would be, maybe not every single morning, but I would say at least 5 to 7 times a week. That's what I did. So, and I would literally stay outside the entire day. I like being outside. I love it, especially in the summertime. I don't care how hot it gets. I love to sweat. I love to just be outdoors. It's just an amazing and beautiful experience for me. So I began to connect with nature, and I would watch the bugs. Like there was wasps that would come in. They were literally making a nest like right next to me in that space right there. It was so cool. And I would watch lizards, and they would have the same routine every day. So I would just connect with nature. I would connect with God. I would just do the stuff, and I would set the intention for my day that morning. Fast forward to when I begin to work. I don't wake up at the crack of dawn anymore, but I do wake up pretty early. I'll say I wake up now as of late, I can't sleep past like 4:45. I don't know why. I wake, it's like God is my alarm clock, and it's like it's always something. I hear a noise in my room, or I get a little nudge or something like time to wake up. This is my experience, okay? I don't want anybody in the comment section saying, oh, she crazy. Look, I'm telling you, this is my personal experience. I don't know how y'all connect with God, but this is how I connect with God, okay? Like, there are spiritual influences around me that wake me up whenever I have to get up, okay? God wakes me up in the morning. It is what it is. So I get up. Now I will wake up and I drink water. I do my stuff, my hygiene stuff. And then I will do, I would either do some sort of light exercise or I do Qigong. And the reason I do that is because I like to do something that gets the energy moving. Anything to get the energy moving in my body, in my aura, anything, any stagnant energy that I have from the day before, or any type of emotional, anything that I'm carrying within my body is normally released whenever I first move, first thing in the morning. And it's just to clear it. It's to clear, and I'm a clear vessel whenever I walk out of my house. So I clear the energy. I get everything moving within me and around me. From that point on, I sit down. In the past, I would sit down with like a frequency videos, and there's one in particular I still connect with it. That's my go-to. I've been doing that one for years, and every so often when I feel slightly off, I'll put it in I'll put the link down below. But this particular video, I don't know, it does it for me, right? Now, I got away from doing videos because, well, there's that one and there's another one with the chakras. Because with chakras, there are certain sounds that are associated with each energy center in your body. So I'll go between those two. But as of late, I just sit in complete and utter quiet. The quiet is for me. It gets me. I love it. I'm in a position and I'm sitting down and I'm breathing and it's just quiet. I may have thoughts about what I need to do in a day, or something that maybe, agitated me from whenever. It happens, and I let those thoughts come and go. They come in and they go, right? In the past, I would say, I would envision the thoughts, and what I would do was I would put them on a whiteboard and then I would erase them. That was my way of clearing my mind or clearing my energy. I would visualize the thought being transferred to a whiteboard and then I would wipe it away, So now it's gotten to the point where it's not as hard for me to go into, I call it the alpha place, the alpha wavelength. But I'll get in this space where I am alert, but like my nervous system, like everything is neutral. I'm in this neutral 12 o'clock space, and I am able to hear from God. A lot of the ideas and a lot of the stuff that I'll be talking to you guys about are direct downloads from God. A lot of the creative ideas that I have, even the creative ideas I had in church, because when I was working in a production area, that's what I would do. I would pray, and God, I would literally wake up at like 3:30 in the morning with this amazing idea about something. Whether it was to minister to people, like if I had to teach on a Sunday. I remember one morning waking up and I just knew that the pastor was going to have me teach that day for tithes and offerings. So I was brushing my teeth and God told me, you're going to be teaching today. And I'm like, oh no, wait, what? And I heard it plain as day. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, what am I going to talk about? And it's like, well, I need you to talk about this. Now, mind you, I had other stuff prepared to talk about, but God wanted me to talk about this. It was about faith, and that morning, I'll never forget it. She pointed to me and she said, Minister Kim, I need you to teach today. And I was like, yes, I am ready. It was the coolest experience ever. Thank God I prepped myself before, because I was able to pivot. And that day, and the people, they were so receptive to the message. It wasn't me, it was God. It was God that downloaded that into my spirit in order for me to deliver that message. And it never would have happened had I not been in alignment, had I not been in perfect harmony and balance with my mind, my body, and my spirit in order to be open to receive that message, to receive that download. Can you imagine? Had I been dealing with whatever the day before, and I'd have been standing there brushing my teeth, mulling over whatever was bothering me the day before or that week or whatever before I go to church that morning, and I would have never known. And I'd have been completely and utterly operating out of my flesh up there. I already know. But because I was able to push everything else aside and be in fully aligned, in a fully aligned energy, and open to receive that download from God that morning, I can't make this stuff up. I've experienced all of these things, and God never ceases to amaze me. Never ceases to amaze me. I love God. I wholeheartedly love God. Spirit, source, universe. It's the divine higher energy, the higher power, our creator, the source of all. I absolutely love God. And I'm here to give you these tools and these drop these nuggets along the way with the hopes that you'll grasp something. I don't want you to do what I'm doing. Don't do what I'm doing. Do your own thing. Do what works for you. What I do, I wake up in the morning, I drink my water, right? And then I do Qigong or some sort of movement, light exercise. I meditate, and then I write in my journal. I have a bunch of journals. This is my journal for manifesting, this is my business stuff. So I have journals for a bunch of stuff. This is an old journal. I have other journals. I have one journal with all of my downloads. This is a mixture of dreams and different things that I was dealing with in my life. But I have one journal where it's just all like creative ideas that God dropped in my spirit in order to share with you guys. I create some spiritual practices. It's all it is gearing yourself up for the day. It's being able to fully align your mind, your body, and your spirit, and to set your energy for the day in order to set the tone for the day. Regardless of what circumstances you have to go through in the day, regardless of what people you have to deal with, what places you have to go, whatever it may be. When you walk out of that door, you will be able to conquer the world because you have set your energy for success. You have placed yourself in a space and a place of abundance, of receptivity, of being fully aligned and empowered in the energy that you have created that morning. You have put on the full armor of God for the day. And whatever comes your way, you will always remain at 12 o'clock. You will always have a neutral stance. Regardless of what comes your way, you'll be able to handle it. Like, just so effortless. I'm telling you, it works. And you will come back in the comment section. You will tell me, hey Maya, I did it. And such that normally bother me at work, didn't today. I promise you, you will be back in my comment section. So this is what I want you to do. If this video resonated with you, I want you to incorporate at one practice, one thing I want you to do in the morning, one thing that you feel that may empower you in the morning. I want you to start doing that consistently every morning, and come back to this comment section and let me know how it worked for you. I just want to know how it changed the trajectory of your day. What happened? How were you able to interact with people? What did you do? How did you feel when an issue or something had arisen around you at work or wherever in your just being a stay-at-home mom? I was a stay-at-home mom for a good while. Oh yeah, I was a stay-at-home mama, and trust me, I know y'all be dealing with some stuff. I know. But before them babies wake up, just one practice, just a little something. Google it. Spiritual practices in the morning, and pick one that you connect with, and try it. Just try it for a week and come back and let me know. And then just continue to add on to it. I didn't just start doing this stuff. You know how long it took me to learn how to meditate and just to quiet my mind? I was a person who was diagnosed with ADD, man. Like, I was on medication for the longest until I got off that medication and I went into a deep state of depression. I had to shave all my hair off of my head. I went loco. I really lost my mind. I'm like, dude, there's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way. And I found it. And it was meditation. It was being able to control my mind. I was able to control my mind in a way. There's this lyric from this song, this group I love this group. It's 21 Pilots. And in the song, he would talk to his mind and says that you belong to me. In other words, it was like, I'm not your slave. You belong to me. He was saying, I control my brain. I control my thoughts. I control my mental. I have the capacity to do that because you belong to me. I don't belong to you. I'm not a slave to my thoughts. I'm not a slave to my mind. Don't get me wrong. I still get in a space and a place of overthinking. I still have a tendency to do that. But I still practice my affirmation every time I get in that space. Let it go, let it flow, get moving, trust. Let it go, let it flow, get moving, trust. That's what I do. What do you do whenever you get into a space and a place of overthinking or anxiety or stress or whatever it may be? Find something. There's nothing outside of ourselves that we need. Everything that we need, God has already equipped us with it. It's all within us already. Like I said, the shift is here. The shift is here. I always say that. The shift is here. You are one yes or no away from experiencing the shift. I love you guys. Thank you for clicking on my channel. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe. And don't forget to comment. I want to hear from y'all. I really want to hear from y'all. I love y'all. Be blessed. And yeah, it's a lot. Bye.